Having a solid understanding of Google Ads descriptions is going to set you up to win when you go to create ads for your campaigns. So let's talk about what goes into creating Google Ads descriptions, why it's important to use them effectively, and all the rest of that good stuff. So if you're in your Google Ads account, it may not look like this new user interface. If it doesn't, you can switch between the new and the old one up here. But once you're in your Google Ads account, you should be able to click on campaigns over here, and that'll show you, well, it'll take you to the campaigns. You can select a campaign from the drop down up here, or you can go to campaigns or ad groups. You just need to select a campaign or an ad group. I guess technically you can look at all the ads in your account. But if you click on this ads tab right here, it should show you all of the Google ads that you have in your account or in a campaign or ad group that you have selected up here. From there, you may or may not have several different ads. You might just have one. But if you click on this little pen tool right here, that's going to pop open this window where you can edit a responsive search ad, which is the most common type of search ad that's used nowadays. And we'll skip past all this stuff up here. Of course, you have the headlines, which are really important, but I have another video that talks all about that, which I'll leave a link to down below. But when we get down here to the descriptions, we'll see a couple of things here. First of all, it's giving us the option to use 4 descriptions. If you don't see 4 descriptions, you may need to have, there's like a little add more button down here if you're just setting them up. But I would recommend utilizing as many descriptions as you have options to add. The reason is because nowadays the way Google uses your ad headlines and descriptions is it takes all of the headlines and descriptions that you give to Google Ads in your responsive search ad, same with other types of ads now, and it's going to combine those. You can see it doing it right here where it's combining the different headlines and descriptions into ads, and then it is going to test all of those different ads, all the combinations of ads that are created with all your headlines and description variations. It's going to test all those and figure out what's working the best. So one important thing to consider when you're adding your descriptions to your responsive search ads is to think about, will this make sense in a combination? So you can see that 2 of these talk about how we have 40 years of experience, and then 2 of them talk about how we're offering a 40% discount. It may actually be better to have one that talks about 40% discount, one that talks about 40 years of experience, one that talks about something else, another one that talks about something else, such that when they're combined, you don't have 2 descriptions talking about how you have been operating for over 40 years in business, and then another description right after that talking about the same thing, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. Although you'll see in this one, it hasn't really done that yet. It's been combining the 40 years of experience with the other ones. Now, that all being said, we can actually tell Google Ads where we want these descriptions to show up in our ads, like what position we want them in. And that's done by pinning them into different positions. So for instance, we could pin this one into position 2. We could pin this one to position 1, pin this one to position 1, and pin this one to position 2. Although it is recommending that we let Google choose where the position is. And it does that because that allows it to create way more combinations if you let it choose where each of these go. However, in this example, if we set both of these to position 2 that talk about a 40% discount, and we set both of these to position 1 that talk about 40 years of experience in the industry, that means we're not going to have an ad show up where it's using both of, this one as headline 1, this one as this one as description 1, this one as description 2, which would just be weird because then we'd be saying we have 40 years of experience in the industry twice in the same ad, right? So this can be really helpful. This is kind of a way to make a expanded text ad, which is the type of ad that Google Ads used to use for responsive or for search ads before the responsive search ad came about. So you can kind of create those still just by pinning the descriptions, and also you can pin the headlines in the same manner to set it so that you're only going to show specific headlines and descriptions as you desire. Now, that's more of the technical side of setting up descriptions in your ads. The other thing is that you're required to have at least 2 descriptions in here, so you don't need to have all 4 of these, but you need to have at least 2. If you only have 1, it's going to freak out and not be happy. So there are some technical things that you have to watch out for with descriptions, but from a conversion standpoint or a performance standpoint, there are also quite a few things that you want to take into consideration about descriptions. One of the biggest things is keyword usage. So this is best shown through an example here where we're looking at kitchen remodeling in Phoenix, Arizona. When we do that search, you'll notice that this word kitchen and this word remodeling have been highlighted in the descriptions of these ads up here. So this one has kitchens a couple of times. It's got renovations, which is a synonym for remodeling, and then this one has remodeling right here. And interestingly, these people are saying they have over 40 years of experience too. So there's some reasoning behind adding something like that. But what we see a lot of people miss is they'll set up some descriptions and they'll talk about what they think their clients want to hear about or their customers want to hear about, rather than aligning their descriptions with the thing that the person searched about and is looking for on Google, right? Because with marketing, you really have to focus on the person you're marketing to. In their world, they're the most important person in the world. They're all that matters. When they go to do a search for something on Google, they're only thinking about themselves and what they can get, what they're looking for, their needs, their desires. And so if you position your descriptions in alignment with what they're searching for, what they're needing, what their desires are, what they're looking to accomplish, then you're going to have a lot more success overall with your Google ads. You're going to have higher click-through rates. People are going to interact more with your ads and landing page, which will ultimately give you a better user experience. Google ads will see that. They'll reward you for that. And your ads will just perform better and better. They'll rank higher, get more clicks, all that sort of stuff. And it's interesting that in this example, this one has 5 different keywords that are highlighted. It's also ranking in the first spot for the ads here. Whereas this one only has, it's not even mentioning kitchens here. It does have kitchens in the headline and in the URL right here, but it is not showing up in the description at all. And so that's most likely being penalized to some degree by Google ads, and so it's causing these ads to show up lower in the search results, getting them fewer clicks, and all of that. So that's Google Ads descriptions in a nutshell. I mean, there's a lot more to go into, and I'll be creating another video in the future at some point about how to effectively write Google Ads descriptions, because that's kind of its own thing. But I hope you did find this video helpful. If there's anything you did have questions about, don't hesitate to reach out. Just drop your questions in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to them there. Look, if you're the type of person that just doesn't even want to deal with Google Ads anymore, then you can always reach out to me. My company is Missoula SEO Geek. I'll leave a link to my website down below, but we do manage Google Ads for different companies in different industries, and you can come learn about what we do, what makes us unique. You can even read some of the testimonials from some businesses that we've taken from 0 to over $1 million in revenue, like this one here. And really just see that, this is the type of thing that's going to explode your business growth. So feel free to reach out. You can always give us a call or contact us through our website, and look forward to working with you.